fast-changing technology landscape, balancing cloud migration, digital trading, AI adoption, and talent development, while making strategic technological investments that enhance competitiveness, resilience, and innovative in capital markets. Please join me in welcoming our panelists. Our moderator for this panel is Mr. Indiki Ranama Gadara, Head of Market Infrastructure Commercial Development at London Stock Exchange Group. Welcome. Our speakers are Sheikh Khalifa Al Khalifa, Chief Executive Officer of Bahrain Bourse, Mr. Mohammed Al-Rumayh, Chief Executive Officer of Saudi Exchange, Mr. Abdullah Al-Nuaimi, Group Chief Executive Officer of Abu Dhabi Securities Exchange Group, Mr. Haitham Al-Salmi, Chief Executive Officer of Muscat Stock Exchange, Dr. Islam Azam, Executive Chairman of the Egyptian Exchange. And thank you to all the panelists. We're all excited to have you all on stage with us. You're all welcome.
Hello. Good morning, everyone. What a wonderful event this is turning out to be. Congratulations to the AFCM and the Bahrain Bourse for setting up this amazing event, bringing all these participants across the industry together. I'm going to skip the preamble because really every single speaker before me has set the stage, because in 2025, I think as we all understand, technology is really essential part of the business that we do, including Secretary General Rami's, I would say, provocative but perhaps not very controversial observation that stock exchanges may be actually technology firms. So with that context, let me first turn to Sheikh Khalifa. First of all, thank you very much for hosting us in the Kingdom of Bahrain. I'm sure this event would enable so many partnerships and collaborations to be set up today. And keeping on that theme, doing business in general is all about people making relationships and taking things forward. When technology comes into play, it's not that different. So with technology being such a crucial aspect of doing business today, how do you see, which kind of partnerships and collaborations do you see providing the most benefits and crucial aspects in formulating and executing your technology strategy?
Well, hello? Yeah. So essential, you mentioned essential. I think what's essential for Bahrain Bourse is to capitalize on the opportunity we have in Bahrain, where the full ecosystem is embracing technology. His Excellency, the Governor, mentioned how they're driving their digital solution and regulatory aspect as well. So we need to keep pace, as he mentioned, to work with the ecosystem we have between the issuers and the investors, and everyone in between. We need to keep the dialogue open. We need to make sure that technologies speak to each other, so we don't have independent systems. Because I would say the most important aspect on both ends, the issuer and the investor, it needs to be seamless and it's to be easy to use and has the compliance functions, auditory functions as well. But in terms of collaboration, we recently signed with Benefit, which is one of the main provider of fintech solutions in Bahrain, mainly to provide eIPO services. So it will offer full digital solution to the users, especially retail investors, to subscribe to an IPO within few minutes. And I guess this is a good step forward in terms of the IPO. But when we take a macro look, this is only one small part of many parts that needs to be digitally driven.
No, Very much so. I think partnerships, as the Minister of Finance said as well, we intend to go far. And then, as the old saying goes, if you want to go fast, you go alone. If you want to go far, you go together. So I think it's really interesting to see how you form these strategic partnerships.
We need to do both.
You need to do both. Yes, go fast, but together. I'm going to come to you, Mohammed, for the next question, which is, as a CEO of the exchange being a systematically important service providing for the entire economy, that gives you a very specific vantage point. From that vantage point, how do you see the rapidly evolving technology space in general? And what strategic moves have you made and are making to ensure that you stay resilient and remain competitive in such a very dynamic environment?
Certainly. But first, Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I'd like to thank AFCN for this amazing event, Mr. Bilal, Rami, your amazing team, and of course, Host of Bahrain, leader Sheikh Khalifa and his great team for their generosity. Any exchange depends on two main elements, regulations and technology. And technology has fundamentally changed how exchanges works. And for us, we look how liquidity forms and how investors are accessing and processing information. So for us at the Saudi Exchange, we're building a market where it is at the global standards and offering multiple assets and for all the investors seamless access to Saudi investment opportunities. So for us, when we do with technology, we always consult the industry leaders, and we don't look at the technology as one transformation project, but rather to be adaptive to technological advancements continuously. And that gave us a lot of flexibility during the past few years. One of the biggest projects that we've done, and our the Saudi participants known about what has been called the PTTB Post Trade upgrade. This is the biggest, and it has provided us with many features. I can name a few. For example, the flexibility and settlement cycle, advanced risk management tools, and also improved efficiency and connectivity, which has a direct impact on liquidity and overall dynamics of the market, while also maintaining, which is two important things for an exchange, the durability and operational continuity. And also this has allowed us to offer a new instrument like the 203 receipts, which allow international companies to list at the Saudi Exchange. Thus, we offer international liquidity opportunities to domestic investors. So, all in all, technology is a very important component in any exchange business, and we need to be adaptive to what's coming. There are many technologies. We've seen some excellent use cases all over the world. We are not an early adapter because we are maintaining an economy that is fast growing, and you need to make sure that whatever we introduce to the market is providing the issuers and investors with the right tools and in a stable and trustworthy way.
I think that speaks to one of the major dilemmas we have to handle right in this industry, which is in technology innovation or in a lot of innovations, there needs to be a certain level of fail to make step-up progress. Whereas when you're running this type of institution, there are very strong guardrails against fail. So balancing that is really where the strategy really comes in. So really good insights there. Coming to you, Abdullah, from an investor point of view. So the end investor experience we have seen become increasingly digital. And we see a lot of trading platforms reaching out to the retail customer level as well. So with that kind of trend, how do you see your business model, your user engagement strategies, as well as any technical or technology investment priorities changing over time?
Assalamu alaikum. Let me thank Bahrain Borsa and AFC and Dr. Rami for this invitation. And this is the second year for me to participate, and I saw the progress in this event because we see a lot of people, we discuss a lot of problems, and we try to plan to our future. To answer your question, where to see what will happen of the investor, first, let's start with the retail investor, because I think the retail investor is driving the business now, especially after COVID. The increase of the retail investor, increase of the strategy used by retail investors. This is one thing. Second thing, technology. Now we saw in the market the technology that available for big banks before is now available for individuals. We saw an example, a small example, asset management. Asset management before for high net worth individual. Currently, they changed the name to something called copy trader, and it's available for retail. That means, and also even not in our market, we saw it in the international market, that the retail, they have big proportion, and they influence the scene of trading, especially in micro element. There is a nice study by NASDAQ about the retail and institution, and they saw the performance of retail currently beating the institution in terms of decision making and in terms of investment. That means the world is moving to the retail. When we saw that, which kind of technology or facility we need to provide it for the retail. This is changing our business model, because previously we depend to institute B2B. Our infrastructure it's built around B2B. Now we need to think about B2C. And we saw this type of development. We saw a lot of exchange start building a hustle business. I would call it a hustle business, an exchange. It's B2C, and somehow to experiment that thought. In Europe, there is two market, three market now, a third market now. They will build in their stock exchange, and those type of exchange tolerated to individual more than institution. An example, 24/7. Yeah, because retail they want 24/7, and we notice it, by the way, in our market. I will give you an example. We have the IPO, during the IPO or IOB, we have two things. For IOB, for the ETF, when we launch the ETF, we have a period of subscription. We call it initial offering period. We saw individuals subscribe in 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 6 a.m. in the morning. It's very strange, really. That means the individual now driving the scene. And do we need to do something? Yes. There is challenges. Yes, there is challenges, huge challenges. Small challenge, I will give you a small challenge. If we said we'll start trading 24 hours, how you will manage disclosure? Now, the aim of disclosure, okay, and price formulation or price discovery, to have all the information embedded in the price. If you trade 24 hours, I am not trading Bitcoin, I'm trading shares at the end of the day. Okay? I need all the information to be formulated and embedded in that price. It's a challenging, and everybody asking this question. Another example, corporate action. Okay? people, they don't think, yeah, technology there, we can trade. Always they said, Bitcoin traded 20 hours. Always they talking about the cryptocurrencies, but we are in the very regulated market, okay, as an exchanges. We have a lot of information. Our price discovery mechanism is different than the tokenizations. Third example, settlement. Settlement, it's not about T+1 or T+2 or T+0 or real time or instant settlement. No, it's about how the ecosystem supporting a real time or T+1. It's not the exchange. Now the depository or the exchange, if you wanted T+0, I can do it T+0. By the way, ADX start at T+1. We moved to T+2 because the ecosystem is not supporting. Nobody parked the money, by the way, Dr. Rami, because the settlement, during the settlement, the fund manager, they took it as a credit. And I'll give you an example. In the United States, after the FedNow started, they moved to T+1. The FedNow is supported by the Federal Reserve to have the settlement at the national level at T+1. Now, our central bank also need to move to T+1 in terms of settlement cash between the bank. Then I can move as an exchange to T+1. Before that, it's impossible for me. There is a challenges, yes. There is a change in the business model, yes. And we will see a huge change, not only in technology, and overall the business model will change. Also, this is my belief.
No, that's I think a really deep insight. As you say, technology ideally at least enables what you would like to do, and then obviously that at least opens a door, and then obviously you have to adapt the business practices according to the marketplace demands and how you manage risk. As you say, it's really good to see the interest from the retail investors, but how do you ensure that their capital is safe as well as ensuring the access? So, jumping from that point, Hadam, coming to you again from the vantage point of the CEO of an exchange, we also see a really rapid adoption of technology in the buy side and sell side. I mean, that has always been the case, perhaps even faster than market infrastructure. So how do you see that evolution? And also with that happening, from the exchange point of view, specifically around areas like market surveillance and risk management, what kind of tools are you using and what kind of investments are you prioritizing in that area?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I think I will be continuing what has been mentioned, but just to start with, there are three main system uses in the exchanges. The one that is more about core system, and that can be divided into four main areas. I would say listing and issuance is one area. We have the asset servicing, which is the corporate action that happens. The trading venue, where the trades happens, and then the inside operations is the surveillance and the other insider operations that we do to make sure that the market is resilient. So within this scape, I think the main target is the scalability of the system and the acceptability of new products. And that's where we need to invest. I believe that we have reached to a level of confidence that our markets have a good systems, I would say great systems, that's scalable to new products, as well as in terms of volumes the market requires. I think the two major I would say shifts that we need to focus on is accessibility to the market and attractiveness of the market. Accessibility, how to use the straight-through processes, because yeah, we are talking about AIs, we are talking about using very advanced technologies, fintechs, and so on. But I still believe that straight-through processes are not well implemented. So what we did in Oman is to make sure that we have a one-shop stop for investors, instead of them going to the depositories, they can use the brokers to open an account in the depository immediately through the system. So we are removing the manual papers and replacing it with a full-fledged onboarding through the brokers. The major use of data comes on attractiveness side. That's where you create the volumes. And that's where AI is required, where the new technologies are required. We have been talking about data being the next gold or after oil. I believe the use of data and how we use the data to prepare the investors for the right decisions accelerate. And that's one of the topics that we are working on in MSX. Again, the data can be used internally to make sure that we have a well-resilient market, governed market, so we adapt the surveillance in the right manners. And that's where we accelerate the processes. We can take faster decisions, and especially that if there's any violation of the systems, I think we need to take the decision whether to cancel the order or to replace it or to adjust it in the right manner. So what we do inside MSX is trying to have an internal portal that will communicate between all the departments in each tasks and make sure that the decisions are faster. We adapt the straight-through processes as much possible and use AI to analyze the data so the people inside MSX can really take a faster decision in terms of surveillance and as well in terms of the business needs.
Thank you very much. And I want to have perhaps a follow-up on something you touched upon, which is data. I think we are an industry that generates and consumes a very large amount of data. I mean, not even on a daily basis, per second basis, we generate and consume a lot of data. I mean, in addition to the traditional uses of data, like benchmarks and so on and so forth, do you see any very specific or promising use cases where it can be perhaps monetized or used for any other use cases, such as risk management, surveillance, and so on? Any additional use cases of using data?
As long as you build your data warehouse, I think you can use it in different angles. In the business side, we are working on something called social intelligence. It's not about social, it's just to study the behavior of your clients and then try to push the information that fits the clients or the investors. And in terms of risk management as well, it alerts the investors in terms where they have concentrated risks and so on. And that's in terms of trading. And inside MSX itself, we do have our risk department that looks into such data and get alerts based on our, I would say, risk appetite that covers each and every risk areas.
Thank you very much. So I'm going to come to you, Dr. Islam. I think everything we've heard from everyone, as well as what we know in general in 2025, that being investment in technology is not really optional, right? It's part of the core strategy. So you're a veteran of the industry. You also have a view across many different industries as well. You've seen the industry change, technology evolve. Where do you see, can you share with us, let's say, how your investment kind of allocation is going towards technology compared to maybe a few years ago, and any top priorities in terms of technology investment for you?
Assalamu alaikum. First of all, I would like to thank FCM, and also I would like to thank Bahrain Bourse for inviting us today in this beautiful city. Actually, in EGX, we allocated for the next budget, maybe we doubled the budget for investment in IT. We are actually adopting a new trading technology and platform which is called MME, which is from NASDAQ, and this system actually, it's ultra latency system, and also this system also, you need a big investment at the beginning as a startup, but the annual maintenance for this system is much less than the system we have now, which is the Extreme system. Actually, we need this system because in Egypt we are going to introduce some of the new financial instruments like derivatives. We're going to introduce futures on the indices followed by future on the stocks. Then we're going to also introduce option on the stocks. and also we're gonna introduce short selling and market maker. Hopefully we're gonna introduce all this financial instrument by 2026. And actually the system we have now, which is the extreme system, it's reaching its full capacity, so we need this new system. This system also is very good in disaster recovery. We are actually allocating a lot of investment for this, and especially also there is a lot of systems. It's tailor-made, homemade inside EGX. We have we just provided 10 new systems related to IBOs, coding, EGDRs, and GFITs, which is the government fixed income trading. Actually, we introduced EFIT, which is a negotiated system for trading government securities, T-bill and T-bonds. And now we are in process actually to convert this system, which is a negotiated system, to a continuous trading system. Hopefully we'll do it in a few months from today. Short selling, actually we are working with the clearinghouse to finish it very soon. For derivatives, actually we are waiting for this MME system, which is a NASDAQ system, to be implemented by mid-2026. But actually we cannot wait, so we are now working on in-house system for trading derivatives. We will do it temporarily until we introduce the NASDAQ system. And also we are giving a lot of concern with cybersecurity. We are investing a lot in cybersecurity. Actually, in the next year budget, we doubled the cybersecurity budget, which is very important also for us. We are encouraging also, we are helping big brokerage company and all brokerage company to use mobile applications. A lot of Egyptian brokerage firm now are using mobile application. And actually with the introduction of the new MME system or trading platform system, more companies will be going for mobile application. Especially in Egypt, we implemented FinTech, FRA, which is actually giving a lot of regulation now regarding FinTech. Now it's very easy for any investor to use the mobile. He do eKYC and onboarding through the mobile, because the FRA and EGX are connected with the civil registry and the telecom authority. So you can do the onboarding and everything through the mobile. So a lot of companies now is going through doing the mobile application for trading. So actually, technology is very important for us. We are also aiming at applying XBRL, where companies send their financial statement PDF and it get converted to Excel. Then we need also data analytics to analyze this data, and we want to apply also AI with this. And actually we want to provide this data to the investors through the mobile application, as I said, after applying data analytics and AI. So hopefully we will do this in 2026. Thank you.
No, I think very aggressive plans, but backed by, I think, as you say, doubling of potentially the budgets. I think the CIOs and CTOs in the audience, if they are, this might be the time to put forward your technology budgets forward, because all the executives have signaled that they are supportive. So, Sheikh Khalifa, coming back to you on something quite pertinent. I think a lot of the speakers have talked about this, about cloud adoption. So, cloud, again, no longer a new thing. So, talking about, let's say, cloud computing, cloud hosting, how do you see the benefits, perhaps pitted against some of the challenges in terms of the efficiencies that you're looking for, the costs that you may not have previously anticipated, including some of the things you might want to see from some of the cloud providers?
I could start by saying, I think Cloudflare had an issue 2 days ago or 1 day ago.
Yeah.
And before that was CloudStrike and AWS. So we understand the risk of clouds. Having said that, cloud also, we already established cloud-based solutions. I think one main example would be Tabadul Hub, which started between us and ADX, and then we joined also Muscat Stock Exchange. And right now, we have market makers, liquidity providers, brokerage firms who could access our market directly. And we saw the result of this. And as the governor, His Excellency the Governor mentioned on the collaboration part, His Excellency, the Minister of Finance, on having the sum rather than working individually. We could see the benefits already of cloud-based solution. However, we need to make sure from cloud services to allow us more transparency, more compliance function and regulatory customization, and also more customized residency data. And I think those three elements would need to be in place to enhance the cloud service. And you have to tread a thin line between keeping up with the pace of the market. But as regulators, we need to make sure that we have the trust of the clients, the securitizing or to make sure the security of cloud services are in place.
And I think this is potentially where the collaboration comes into play. From London Stock Exchange group point of view, we operate markets and we use a lot of cloud services. If you don't go with your eyes open, sometimes you think you're reducing your capex and suddenly your opex blows up. But there are so many optimizations you can do, which are things that we can learn from each other. Which, you know, even if you are competing or we are not, those are the best practices I think that we can learn from each other, which is, you know, where the partnerships come into play. So thank you very much for that view. Abdullah, I'm going to come back to you about perhaps a set of technologies that are perhaps here to stay, and some would say perhaps disruptive even, which is decentralized finance and tokenization. So how do you see, Abdullah? Sorry, I'm sorry. No, my apologies to Abdullah, to you. Yes. So in a world where, let's say, decentralized finance and tokenization is let's say, quite prominent, someone would say disruptive and maybe even try to disrupt the standard kind of operating model of exchanges and so on. How do you see the opportunities as well as evolution of exchange in that space?
My personal belief, okay, our business model or our exchange maybe will disappear in 10, maximum 15 years. I will be retired at that time. No, 2.0 will not come to the market after 15 years. Let's see the trend. Let's see the trend really, and see the technology. Let's saw it from 70s. Okay, what happened in 70s? Okay, the technology changing the business model in 70s. Okay, then the next change in 90s. Okay, in 90s the technology changed the business model also in our world, and how we conduct business. And currently, yes, there is a change, and it's not in one aspect. Maybe you will say the cloud, you will say tokenization, cross-border, a lot of things. It's not one thing that's moving, no, it's multiple things moving in same direction. I will be clear, frank really, do you have clarity what will happen? No. But we need to move. Small example, when we said about 24/7, do we need 24/7? If you ask me now, I'll say no. 24/7 make liquidity. Currently, all our exchange, we have a U shape in the middle. There is no trade. Almost there is no trade. Okay, and we saw also in the United States how the liquidity after trading hours, especially the trades happen on OTC, ATS. Okay, the liquidity drop. Okay, and there is no liquidity, and affecting the major liquidity. But are we going to 24/7? Yes. Personally, I believe yes, because of one thing. Not because of liquidity, because changing the generation. The new generation, they want 24/7. They want to order their food while they are while sleeping. They are in their bed. Okay, everything in their mobile. The new generation, they want 24/7. They want instant, everything instant. Is that affect liquidity? Yes, because now liquidity, when we say liquidity, there is different definition for liquidity. Everybody talking about the total trading value. No, this is one part of liquidity. But the major liquidity is coming about how many, the depth and width of the order book. And this is important. Before that, about the creditor money. We need to automate the credit facility. Now, if we think about crypto, there is something called DeFi. We need to have a DeFi for our system. To reach that point, are we going in that road? I think yes. Not because we want, because there is change in the mentality, change in generation. It's a new generation. Maybe inshallah in 20 years we'll not be here, the new generation. And we're talking about something new. In 20 years we'll be in المتحف المصري هنا.
No, thank you very much. I think I'm going to come to you, Dr. Islam, about coming back to people, which is I think about the generations as well, the interest of different generations. But end of the day, technology, I mean, who innovates technology, who builds and who operates, end of the day, it comes back to people. So how do you see, I mean, what kind of skill sets and even mindsets are you promoting when you're setting up next generation technology teams? And also, do you see any skill sets that are difficult to source and build locally, globally, or regionally? Just can you give us some insights on the people and skills side of technology?
Actually, in EGX, we have around like 50 employees in IT, and they represent 18% of the workspace in EGX. Actually, we have a lot of programs and softwares that's already tailor-made inside the exchange. As I said, we have the IBO, and a lot of exchange systems are tailor-made. And we actually just finished the derivatives tailor-made also system. But there is a huge demand on IT professionals in Egypt, and actually every month I found one of them is giving me his resignation because he got an offer in a bank or any other place. So actually we are doing our best, especially we are now going for a new financial instrument, as I said in a minute, in derivative, short selling, market maker, and IT and data analytics. So we need actually a lot of, we need to expand with the number of IT professionals in EGX. So we are doing our best by giving them a lot of training, like for these 5 IT professionals. Actually, they took in last year around 2,000 training hours. We also invite a lot of foreign experts actually to exchange the know-how between our employee and the experts. We are doing our best actually to give them a good workspace environment for them. But at the end of the day, we do understand that there is a very big challenge, especially with cybersecurity area, AI area, data analytics area. All these areas, there is a huge demand on them. And the turnover actually in EGX is around 24%, which is a high turnover on IT. But as I said, we are doing our best. And hopefully, like last year, we had 15 vacancies and 200 applied, and we took only 5 because to find well-rounded IT professionals who understand stock market, not just IT. He understands stock market, specialized in cybersecurity, and all this area. It's very difficult. So we are doing our best to raise their salaries. They have the highest salary in EGX, and also we have partnership with universities. We have also partnership with different IT centers to attract some of these IT professionals. Also, sometimes we hire from the fintech startup. So we are doing our best to increase our hiring in case if some of our IT professionals go to another industries.
Yeah, and perhaps I think this is a space where AFCM can play a big role as well. I think there's a lot of training programs and so on. done by FCM, I think focusing on technology and capital markets would be the sweet spot, I'm sure. With that, we come to the last question for the panel. So I'll come to you, Mohammed, for that. This is almost like a bit of a wrap-up, touching upon a lot of the areas that we talked about already, but focusing on the fact that the investment space is increasingly digital, but also there are technology-driven, let's say, drives such as high-frequency trading and algo trading, which are really almost a result of technology possibilities. With those in mind, how are you ensuring that the digital experience is not only just maintained, but maybe even elevated? And how do you consider that in your technology strategy?
Yeah, you are absolutely right, and I think it's clear that hearing from my colleagues here, there's a clear evolution in investor behavior. So, especially the new generation, they're looking for more of user experience, seamless execution, real-time information in a certain way, and the institutions been more focusing on automation, quantitative strategies. And as an exchanges, we need to be adaptive and provide every investor segment with what they need, but without compromising the market integrity. So this is why we are working through the market intermediaries to satisfy the investors regardless of their segment. And this is a major part of B2B. What we did is one of the things that we did based on the digital transformation journey. And last year we've rolled out the capital management system. The capital management system, we're solving for a problem that is unique to certain markets, like us. So every company who wants to go public, they need to allocate a minimum of 10% to retail, which is a great thing, but it adds some complexity to the book building. So usually a company, when they plan to go public, they need to assign a large bank and two small banks as receiving entity, which will add cost, and sometimes complexity and days to the whole process. On the other hand, the investor need to have an account in almost every bank to make sure they will participate in the largest IPO. So what we did is we rolled out CMS. So if you are a retail and you have a portfolio, you will have an access to every IPO there is without having the need to have multiple accounts. How that impacted the market? Well, it reduces the time, the book building exercise by 27%, reduced the cost massively for companies and making listing more affordable. And also it added more fungibility to the liquidity, so you can go from one IPO to another more quickly. And since the launch early last year, we've managed 58 IPOs, raising 27 billion. And we will be adding another layer, which is more important and sophisticated, which is the book building exercise. So through one process, we will do the book building, the retail tranche all at once. That will significantly reduce the time even more and the costs, making it more flexible for companies and investors, and a better user experience, if I put it in a small word. To your point of the HFTs and algo trading, they became a big liquidity provider and important player in the price discovery exercise. So in order to enhance our market, we worked with our sister company WAMF in building our own data center, offering ultra low latency for them. From the exchange side, we've added some features like the drop, copy, cancel, disconnect that is essential for the HFTs, and we've managed to increase their activity massively. So 2 years ago, they represent 5% of the market. Now it's 25, 30%, and probably by next year, if we go to the same trend, we'll reach to 50%. So all in all, I think technology, it's clear that it's serving the all market participants. We need to focus on them. We'll always find a way in how we either reduce cost, enhance the customer experience, and many aspects. I believe what my colleague Abdullah said. Yeah, we need to be adaptive. Survival, it's not about the strongest to the smartest. It's always the most adaptive.
No, thank you very much. So, Hanam.
Maybe my voice is good enough without the mic. I think maybe something to share on what I have heard from all the CEOs over here, and linking the academics with let's say, logics that's actually happening in the markets. We as leaders in markets targeting that we make an infrastructure that is that will lead the market to be an efficient market. And at the end, it's the call of the economy, it's the call of demand supply, whether we will be efficient or not. But we, as market infrastructure, we need to make sure that the systems is able to reach or to take us to the efficient market. So I have seen that most of the GCC markets, including as well the Arab markets, fits the requirement of MSCI and FTSE and the other requirements in terms of market upgrades. What we miss usually is the demand supply and the market cap and the other, I would say, business forces. So what we do, we make sure that we have the market infrastructure that fits to make the market resilient, safe for traders, and then work on the liquidity boosters. And whatever we are doing here is to help the liquidity booster that will take us to the business level, that will drive us to be an efficient market. So AI, straight-through processes, adapting high technologies, all of that is all about liquidity boosters and new initiatives, new products that will help the market have a higher transactions and higher volumes.
Oh, thank you very much. I think what's really evident and what's encouraging to see or hear from all of you is while doing this big balancing act of encouraging investment, creating liquidity, but while being safe and being innovative, you all taking a very positive attitude towards technology, right? Seeing it as an enabler and a way of improving everything in the ecosystem rather than a massive challenge. So thank you very much for those insights. I hope it was very useful for all of you. I myself learned a lot. So thank you, everyone. That's the end of the panel. Thank you all for your views. Thank you.
Thank you to all the speakers. We will now have a break, everyone, for refreshments and network. And please make sure to join us back in 20 minutes. I'm not going to say 30 because we need to stick to the timing. And next on our schedule, the Sandbox Effect, enabling innovation in a controlled environment, which will be starting in 20 minutes. Welcome again. And